this is one of the parts of the review. The first page I've already done in another video as far as content, so I'm just going to do a couple of examples here. So if you look at number 15, which is the back of the first page, we have what is the interior angle sum of a 15-gon? Well, if you remember, the formula for the interior angle sum of a polygon is n minus 2 times 180. And n minus 2 times 180 is derived from n being the number of sides the polygon has. N minus 2 is the number of triangles the polygon can be divided into, and then each triangle contains 180 degrees. That's the interior angle sum. So n minus 2 times 180 is how we find the total sum of all the angles on the interior for a polygon. So for a 15-gon, all I'm going to do is I'm going to substitute 15 in for n. So I'll do 15 minus 2 times 180. So 15 minus 2 is 13, which means there's 13 triangles here. So that would be 2,340 degrees. So that's how I do the interior angle sum of a polygon. 16 would be the same way, except for number 16, you would do the interior angle sum of a 20-gon. You would do 20 minus 2 times 180. So you have 20 minus 2 times 180. So I have 18 times 180 degrees, which would be 3,240 degrees. So that's how you find the interior angle sum of a polygon given the number of sides the polygon has. Now, for 17 and 18, it asks you each one, or no, not each one, it asks you from the other perspective. Now they give you the total, and you have to go backwards and find the number of sides. And you can approach this one of two ways. The first one is, how did we get 2,700? It says, how many sides does an n-gon have if its interior angle sum is 2,700? Well, how do we get an interior angle sum? N minus 2 times 180 equals 2,700. That's where the 2,700 came from, n minus 2 times 180. So I can solve this out. That's 180 n, I distribute, and then minus 360 equals 2,700. Then I would add 360 to both sides. So I have 180 n equals 3,060. And then I'm going to divide both sides by 180. So when I do 3,060 divided by 180, I get 17. So this has 17 sides. Now, the other way you can do this without writing it out formulaically is go backwards. How did we get the angle sum? We subtracted 2 and multiplied by 180. So let's go backwards. Let's divide by 180 and add 2. So if I do 2,700 divided by 180, I get 15. So if I did 2,700 divided by 180, I'd get 15. Then I'm going backwards, so I'm going to add 2, and that's how I get 17. So let's look at another example. Let's look at number 18. How many sides does an n-gon have if its interior angle sum is 3,600? Well, if the interior angle sum is 3,600, again, that means that n minus 2 times 180 equals 3,600. Now you can solve it algebraically like we did over here, or you can work backwards. Instead of subtracting 2 and multiplying times 180, we're going to divide by 180, which, if I do 3,600 divided by 180, I get 20, and then I'm going to add 2. So plus 2 equals 22. If you look at it, this is a way to actually solve this. Because technically, couldn't I divide both sides by 180? And then I'm left with 20 equals n minus 2. So what would I do with the 2? Add it to both sides, right? So that's the easiest way to remember it. Go backwards. Divide by 180, or multiply, divide by 180 and add 2. So that's how you do the interior angles.